August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Arms Wide, read by Adam Day. From this
That's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now. I think you're supposed to tell me that. If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. Rain met Zach already, touting for work. Zach told Rain Dorota would be alone last night. Zach says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota. Boudoir. I wonder what else he's not telling us. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, you mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
That's how most of them fall. He had wisdom, though. Tens and left.
Rain. Yes, the Tower Reader. Delightful fella, but I couldn't offer him anything. He asked if he could do readings for my customers while they waited. Can't have that really, it's retail ambush. He offered, but I declined. There's no such thing as fate detective. If there was, you could stop investigating right now. If you're supposed to find a killer, you will. Why put in the effort?
Salt air assaults my nostrils. I arrived to a cacophony of traffic, stood upon the side of the Golden Gate Bridge, the sun sliding into the Pacific. But it's still not home. Onto the railings below. I
bet he is. It was that thing I told you about Dorota. I mean, I didn't know it was her then. He wanted to show me these explicit photos of her, but I refused. And that's when he told me about her being alone on Mondays. I wonder who else he told that to.
Easier, probably. A virus needs contact. Shared air, a passing joke. But this monster was not that limited. All this needed was an audience to be infectious, and there's so much theatricality surrounding this demon, this ghost of a phenomenon, so much ritual, so much awful curiosity. It made infecting what?
I'm Oscar.
Is there anything else I can do?
Domino to be pushed down. She was young. They usually are. They're easier to infect young. They listen. Or was nothing if not patient, ever present. Until the virus got her, until the sickness spread, the demon could only enjoy that. Rings and fly. There was a process to this. The young, susceptible, high-risk groups already have a home for the demon in their heart.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update.
Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
The empty home every night, night after night. When she finally had enough of the burning in her chest, the weight on her shoulders, the pain from the demon's whispers around her hollowed out heart, he gave her a moment of peace. She made her decision, and the resolve She tried to reach out in that subtle human way.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mom will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway. No one heard her. All humans don't want to die, but more than that, humans don't. So she succumbed to the sickness, or tried. Right on the first try, her red hair fanned out around her pillow as she laid back. Her note, her final bedfellow. Pills don't hurt, right? She'd been like this that day, rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart. In her hands, it'll be over. It'll be over. No longer a burden, no more pain, no more.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Her true final bedfellow. But the virus wasn't quite spreading yet. That death alone.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
No one would go to your funeral. You'd be better off. So would your father and... Little lying goes a long way after the virus. He needed to walk to the bridge once. Stare over the river's flow with an empty kind of longing once. Like day of pain, finding the water below like you'd find the bed sheets.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
They didn't make it as easy with that boy. They listened. Too late. The demon didn't need him. Was knocked to the dirt. The next was another boy, slight for his age. Branch or his trachea. The note they found in his room led them down the street, past the bridge, past the empty house. Long dead when they thrown his host again. Poor heart to bear, tore him apart and choked with him, draped from the branches like flower pots hanging.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Only the sand remained. The demon from person to person, with shared germ, no shared air, just an audience. Curiosity.
This curiosity shop. Today I've brought in a really cool object. So what might this be?
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
And then it's wearing a hat. They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes. With a hat on.
Yeah, I mean, we will make alien look, but it's quite an ancient object, isn't it? It's not. It's a sculpture. Sculptures in a tunnel of caves in Mexico. Oh, I picked it up on eBay. It's supposed to be proof that aliens have visited our...
Well, that's slightly frightening that it's from so long ago.
To be honest, it might just have been someone imagining that that's what aliens look like. It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
It's the Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552. I know, I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a 10 of swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Ellis Munro.
Sam, let me bring you up to speed. I know what you're going to say, and I don't want to hear it. I've arrested Bronwyn. She's named a second victim, and as far as I'm concerned, the safest thing to do right now is have her behind bars. Those tarot readers have been doing my head in all day, talking to me like I'm a suspect, asking ridiculous questions, and then denying they've seen me at all. So what's done is done. If anything, I've just made Alice safer. You can go.
Floating, as if suspended in currents of unseen water. The bag lady changed form. Not just undulations of hair or clothes, but a subtle morphing. The robes were fish scales, briefly, but again, becoming cloth. Bedraggled.
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me.
Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show. No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing. We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend. He's on air at the moment, but he'll be finished at 8:30. Poe's not a killer, Sam. He's married with kids. He's a lovely guy. Yes, we were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks. We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show. After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back. Oscar, yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind, but she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else. I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look, but he couldn't touch, as far as I know, it worked. She told Oscar to watch from her walk-in wardrobe. When he was at a safe distance, she put on a show. She faked it. She told me she faked it. But you'd know best. I don't think so. We were very discreet. It was more fun that way. This is just between us, right? We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. Poe and Dorota, people I say hi to. I have thousands of followers and subscribers, and they keep me feeling warm when I'm down, but they're not friends. I do get the odd stalker, but that isn't something anyone wants. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. I was a Hollywood actress, and there were hundreds of magazines and newspapers all piling up on the red carpet, and they all had my picture on the front cover. But the red carpet wasn't carpet. It was a pool of blood, and it seeped through all the pages. Then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine. Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt. Sam, you forgot your phone.
Or else be eaten tonight. So George found out that there was a great place a building with a
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. Couple of times, promo shoots, that sort of thing. Look, I know where you're going with this. Yes, I asked her if she'd do a boudoir session with me. She turned me down, no big deal. No, I got the photos that I needed anyway.
Moment, maybe a fraction of a second, before George was gone. Then the bag lady floated there.
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name?
I'm Sophia. Pleased to meet you. You want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. Shh. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you?
Of course. Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio. Yes, I believe I did. She was here once for something. I don't remember now. She has a wicked imagination for her age. I was seeing and hearing things that weren't there. That's why I'm taking pills. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently. Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up. No. Not even the moon. I don't really want to. About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times. Even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. As far as I know, I've gone. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others' heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts, bruises, memories.
Side of his finger. Don't move, okay? Just don't.
How could you let Chief Dupont do that? I'm not talking to you until you get this fixed. Bronwyn was on Tarotasm, Sam. Just like she was an hour ago. And they record everything, so her alibi should be without question. She was just lying to protect Lexi. She's maternal like that.
Even than a magpie. One hidden skull was softer than he expected. It caved.
Oh my god, Sam, what are we going to do? The chief can't just lock Bron up like that, can he? You know she's innocent.
heel as he lifted it, unveiling the bloody mess he'd made, and he quickly replaced it, shutting his eyes hard.
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me. What do you know about it? Yeah, I pulled in a few bug-eyed aliens, but they wouldn't confess. We've got a murder to solve. Can we talk about this later? Why? Well, then I've made a mistake. Whoops! A few hours in the cell works magic on most people, even tarot readers. Look, I see you're starting to care for these people already, but Violet's been watching them like a hawk. If you can convince her, you convince me. We've got a new target, Ellis Monroe. Ellis said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect, but Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
To the card, it seems more full than before. Wow. I do like dreams like this, Poe. Please tell me what you think about this one.
Yeah, so, again, there's someone stuck in a loop. I find that always interesting. So it's an unresolved issue.
Very good.
That's sort of something you could say about most dreams that are recurring dreams.
Of course.
There's an unresolved issue here, but it's related to shopping, and I'm wondering what the shopping stands for, whether it's probably not literal. I mean, as you know, Monroe, you've interpreted so many dreams. What makes me think she made her put everything back on the shelves. So it's almost someone puts a lot of effort into something, but they don't get redeemed for it. They have to put everything back the way it was.
You know what, Poe? I think you might need a promotion.
to deputy dream interpreter.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
The loss of money actually relates to a loss of self-identity. What he was saying, because the impression that I get is that perhaps, Gabby, other people than you receive. A relationship, perhaps, where you feel that others see you as someone else's significant other, rather than...
Oscar Wainwright, I've heard so much about you.
Were you sleeping with Dorota?
No, were you? She just asked me to watch. I didn't even get past the adverts.
You watched her?
Yes, I watched her. You know she's into that. That can't be news to you.
For this listener and...
Oscar, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Were you seeing Dorota?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it really? Tell me.
Oscar, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I go out of my way to help people, to be kind to them.
So were you helping or being kind?
I had feelings for her, Oscar. You should understand that. I'm sorry this is how you had to hear it. But maybe she didn't tell you because she was leaving me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I truly am.
I forgive you.
How?
Maybe if I knew what Dorota saw in you, it'd help.
What do you mean?
We should sleep together.
That's fair. I'll just freshen up, and you can put it in me while I think of Dorota's cold, lifeless body. That way, at least one of us is still thinking of her. You can go now.
Houses represent your soul and sense of self. So then the rooms, they represent potential.
Potential.
So you're quite correct in what you're saying about filling up different aspects of her life and things like that. And I think what the bugs represent are the anxieties and the fears. Now, Lena, it sounds like you're worried that you're not living up to your potential. And if I'm honest, I think you're also plagued by insecurities about your ability, perhaps, to be the person you wish you could be. But Lena, the thing is, if you can wish it, you can do it. Thank you for your dreams.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Alright, so what have we here today?
I actually think this one's a little bit clearer than other ones we've had on previous shows. This one is also heavy, because everything seems to be made out of wood and metal. So this one has got a heavy metal handle, and then it's got a circular face, and what looks like could have perhaps been maybe a shiny metal. And
where do you think it's from?
Where is it from?
Area?
Oh,
where in the world is this from?
Europe?
No.
Just trying to think.
A while ago we had a story from this part of the world as well. Do you remember?
China?
No.
Mexico?
No.
I mean, we could just name every country you've ever had on the show.
Do you remember the queen who was undressing? It's from there. Egypt.
Oh, it's from Egypt.
Yes. So, I'm going to explain it to you. It's more about what you can do. What do you think you might do with the mirror?
If I'm honest, at first, because of the handle, I thought maybe a weapon of combat. But then if I look at it more closely, I would say a mirror, a handheld mirror.
You're right. Well done, Monroe.
Wow.
But it's not just a mirror. It's something you might do your makeup in or check your hairstyle. By the way, you have impeccable hairstyle today.
Thank you very much,
as usual. It's a reflecting mirror, but it was used for teleportation. Allegedly, you could look in the mirror, close your eyes, think of being somewhere else, and you're there.
Should we try it now?
No, I've tried it. It doesn't work for me.
Oh.
Maybe it works for you. You try it.
Okay, so I'm just going to imagine somewhere else. And...
she's gone, listeners. It's amazing. No, she hasn't.
We're only joking.
She's still here. Yeah, she's still here. I can't do this show without her.
And I can't do it without you, Poe.
Oh, that's so nice. Poe's Curiosity Shop is now diagnosed.
Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. So, Robin's had this dream recently. I'm looking through an album of family photos, but I don't recognize anyone in the photos. I'm trying to remember their names, but I can't. And then I realize that my family are all standing around me and they're all crying because I've forgotten who they are. Oh, Robin, that sounds like quite a horrible one to wake up to every day. What do you think, Poe? What do you think this perhaps could represent?
Well, Monroe, I think with the photos and the family, so I think there is perhaps Robin has a willingness or wish to reconnect with her family, but it's just not possible for Robin because perhaps there are issues, and it's just perhaps not how it used to be. They want to reconnect, or perhaps they can't reconnect, and they're feeling the pressure that they maybe have not attended to their family as they wanted to, as the family had wanted to.
Well, Poe, if I'm honest, you are quite right that the situation is related to painful emotions from the past. Now, the photo albums, they represent your past, Robin, so forgetting also suggests that you're feeling overwhelmed. But in this case, family represents feeling warm and loved. The crying can signify, once again, those negative emotions that you're feeling. Now, from what I'm taking from this, Robin, I think you're finding it hard to break away from a painful situation that's happened in your past. And you feel overwhelmed by the emotions caused by it. And if I'm honest, I just want to let you know that so many of us go through situations like this. So, Robin, you're not alone in this. And I know, by the sounds of it, this dream feels very sad, and it feels like it's full of grief. Robin, you're not alone. There are so many of us that go through situations like this, so similar to yours, but please don't hesitate to reach out to those that you love.
You're so right, Monroe, and I think just by hearing your words, I think Robin can take heart and can understand what's going on. I think that already could be a...
Oscar, good. You got my message. Got some things to show you.
What have you got?
Does, this mean anything to you?
That's Dorota.
And what if I showed you this?
Alice Monroe.
Do you know her?
She's from the radio.
And if I do this? No? Anything?
What are you doing?
That'll be all. You can go now.
Progress. From the doorway of the watch, the low cloud had brought the day to a premature dusk, and the cold wind had driven people off the streets, and this old-timer was out late. Final swigs from their cans of beer and strolled blithely down the pavement, tracking.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
The young men looked up and down the street, then lengthening their strides, stepped in.
Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them though, so... Unless there's anything else?
Pose for me. Let's sleep together. Pose.
Zach, please stop asking. It's not gonna happen.
Just undo a few buttons, yeah?
Are you bullying me into taking my clothes off for you? That's sleazy. Just leave, Zach, before I call Chief DuPont.
Magnitude 8 earthquake shattered my world. Killed me 5 times over. Survived because the beast wasn't ready to relinquish its host. I spent 7 weeks in a mental institution.
I need to talk about Alice Monroe.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
The tarot readers have predicted that she's the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
Is that really all you think about? It's starting to look like August has a serial killer targeting redheads. Look at my hair, Zach. Does this look red to you?
Maybe it's true that the devil looks after his own. Tonight's the night. For the last 8 days. So tonight, I'll go looking for... The gates of madness open at midnight. There's no point in trying to fight it, so I have to try and keep as much control as I can.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
The Pentonville Road beckons, and I lose myself in the dingy... Sucking out time in the pubs when the punters headed for the takeaway kebab. Hearts stand in doorways offering their tawdry charms without conviction. A taxi speeds by me, splashing me with a bit. Just a bloke who's had a skinful and is asking to get rolled. I feel hostile eyes on the dark end of behind. But to my heightened awareness, nearly deafening, is this the one? I slow down, give an innocent passerby the chance to save himself. The footsteps...
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Cease. I sense his... Action passes, and the game resumes.
Is Bronwyn out yet?
Sam's working on it. Our job is so stressful.
Don't worry, Lexi. She'll be fine.
Our job is so stressful.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it? Why don't we just quit? Why do we do...
For me, it's a common decency thing. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Did you know the Earth was overrun by trans-dimensional evil? Want to help fix it? Sure.
Trans-dimensional evil?
I'll read the manual, Lex. People are afraid of ghosts, zombies, and aliens. They never even think to consider the possibility that there are millions of universes, potentially with millions of predators, all far more evolved than we are. What are our chances of victory? Minuscule. But if we don't fight at all, 0.
Let anyone get close to you is a phrase I've heard more than a few times. It's true, and of course, I will not tell them why. There's no predictable pattern to it. I once had to feed the beast.
Sorry, we're closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Dorota told me things about you. Can I come in?
It's a bit late, but I think I could spare a few minutes. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lex.
Lexi. I like it. It's got an edge.
Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you?
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam. That's not what Violet thinks.
Violet doesn't always see things clearly. It's fine. I know how to handle her.
Doesn't see what clearly? What do you mean, handle her?
I know how to talk to her. She's a sweetheart when you get to know her.
Dorota says she knew you.
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No thanks. Sure.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
Of course.
Just checking. Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair red? I think it would suit you.
I know what you did to Dorota.
You know, you're quite striking. It's a shame Dorota's not here. We could have taken some great shots of you two together. Would you like me to photograph you, Lexi?
No.
Why don't we switch places? Yeah, it's good, that. Here. Take this.
Don't get drugged. You'll revert to your natural form. Nobody wants to see that.
These photos are going to be fantastic. You'll love them. Yeah. How about you take this off? Hmm? There we go. Fantastic. Now, arch your back. Yeah. That's it. Wait. What's happening?
Don't get drugged. You'll revert to your natural form. Nobody wants to see that.
What's happening to you? Wait, what? Oh!
Wonder whether they've found the body yet. Feel the satiated slumber of the beast and the memory of the assault grows hazy. I long to sleep myself, but everything must be put.
I don't know what you are, but stay the hell away from me.
I'll need to trawl through the charity shops ready for them next time. itself, 60 years from now, battering of the beast. The old man walked down the alley as fast as his arthritis would allow him. He was looking for a hot bath to restore the circulation to his extremities, and after that, well, he needed a new...
What do you know? I'm not sure that changes my mind. We're talking about a possible murderer, Sam. And you're sure it was her? Then it couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you? Sorry, I mean Chief DuPont. Fine, fine, I'll call him.
Yes. So, it feels heavy again. And I think, I want to say, it's wooden.
Yes.
And
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
It's heavy. It's in fact an Egyptian wall. It's approximately 4,500 pound, called Saqqara. This particular one has traces of the same limestone as the Great Sphinx of Giza. Well, that's what the man Poe's curiosity.
Poe and Monroe. Okay, so we've heard from Alex, and Alex has said that they have the same dream every night. Now, it's a woman lying in a lake.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Poe, do you have any ideas what this might represent?
The closing of the eyes. I mean, that's interesting.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
Well, perhaps, but then they're realizing they're doing it themselves.
You know...
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
So...
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
Really? Well, what?
I believe Sam is going to save Ellis. According to the Ouija, this could play out in a lot of different ways, but mostly saving Ellis.
What other ways?
Ellis could run, Ellis could die, Ellis could be saved, mistaken identity, someone else dies. There's a lot of noise coming from the beyond, but it's not just a load of voices saying Ellis will die. Sam's got this.
In common. And obviously, as we know, repression of emotion can be quite bad for the soul, so I really hope to. But
I'm so impressed again.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
Have you made a decision about the show?
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners?
They don't want to hear talk of death and darkness. Well, they do, if it's in a story. But you can't tell them they're going to die.
I said you were going to die?
You didn't say you're going to die, just like that, but I remember the death card. And the devil. And you said it was... What was the word you used? My challenge. That I needed to die so I could be free from my chains. I know you said it doesn't mean literal death, but maybe it does.
With twilight blue through long windows and the bag lady floating, as if suspended in currents of unseen water. The bag lady changed form. Not just undulations of hair or clothes, but a subtle morphing. The robes were fish scales, briefly, but again, becoming cloth. Bedraggled hair was seaweed, then tentacles, each topped with an eyeball, only they weren't, except for a moment. The head was a monstrous mouth of some deep-sea horror, ringed with row on row of teeth, too impossibly large to fit in the room, and yet, there it was, until it wasn't. Altering its form like camouflage, playing with the images and thoughts all called from its victims. There it floated, and then it turned to face me. Run or die, the door gave way from the stumbling push, and there was a long expanse of the room. Footsteps echoed on wood, the spinal shiver of pursuit up by a nightmare. A cold gaze grasped at my back. The air was thickened mud. Limbs slowed with each straining step. And then, stuck. I accepted my fate. Hoped it would be over quickly. A blink, and there it was, clutching my shoulders with spider-like fingers, led straight into its mind. A cold, dark tunnel, and at the bottom a mirage. Those teeth.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
The bag lady with its disguise. Yes, I thought to the bag lady that it will do no good for its beings don't float, except in water, and its disguise would be less unsettling if it had eyes, and were less... The entity did not understand.
Hello, lovely. Take a look at this. It's a picture of Dorota.
I don't want to see pictures of your conquests. Sam says you're acting weird.
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
A girl holding a cello.
You don't see any movement. Just Dorota.
Sam says you're acting weird.
Is that the detective who's staying with you? Be careful, Violet. Something strange happened. Seriously, keep your distance.
There's nothing wrong with Sam. You've been drinking from the wrong bottle.
Wrong bottle? What bottle?
I switched your vodka bottles.
What makes you think that? What pictures have you seen? Don't be silly, Violet. You make me sound like a monster. You're just being paranoid. Again.
Wriggled around my tongue and throat, coated with mucus, probed. Down, but up.
Violet, if this is about releasing people from prison, the answer is no. I'm going to need hard evidence for that to happen. Now, go! Back to the guest house?
The bag lady drifted back to the center of the room and floated there. I was free to go, along with the worm, to observe for the bag lady, to do its...
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
and relayed my thoughts through the worm.
Claude.
Small talk with the one. The worm had to be told incessantly. Not as people strolled past on the sidewalk. Not this one. The worm had to be told when talking with coworkers in asset management.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. I need some space.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift for you.
I'm just in shock. All the time. How could she be so different? I just can't process it all.
Nothing.
Has Sam been to see you?
Yes, but your detective isn't... There's something not right. I'd just like to deal with you.
Your deal with Sam?
I saw that... 1 minute she was lying there. Then there was Sam. I can't explain it.
Forget what you saw. You sound confused.
I swear, it's not me. It's your detective.
Sam's fine by me.
So that's what they mean by corruption in the police force. Fine, I'll cooperate. But that's all I'm doing.
To the top floor of that building, to the empty penthouse layer, to the room based...
Chief DuPont, thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking you're safe.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down?
That you're just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief DuPont? How do we stop this from happening? How do we stop me from dying?
Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe. Slowly nibbling on a pair of purple curtains in my bedroom. I huddled down and wait for the sunrise, hoping to become a butterfly. But when the sun comes up, think that
Fine. Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you. Maybe you should concentrate on something else. We've got a new target. Alice Monroe. Alice said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. Alexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. He said he's been drugging girls at his studio. I'll be looking into that. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
But I'm not sure.
What animal do you think it might be?
It's perhaps a Chinese dragon. Or
You're right.
a winged lion?
Lion dog, actually.
Oh, right. Of course.
You were right about it. Dog statue.
With wings.
With wings. One of a pair originally donated.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. We couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. Because he said he'd see us again. In August. Before we even knew it was a month and a place. Yeah, she asked for a sample reading to show what I could do. No, he didn't seem all that interested. It's a shame. He seems like a man with lots of interesting demons.
As part of her head tipped forward and free.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. You got it. Me and the spirit world are going to have a serious chat. I'll get back to you when I find something.
I understand now. I'm the messenger. It is the others I must set free.
No. I can do a reading if you want. Nine of Cups. This is a very positive card. Is Zach a suspect? Something feels wrong. He's too smug, too self-congratulating, like he's got away with something. I don't like this, Sam. I don't like this one bit at all. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. We've all known about them for hundreds of years. We just know them by different names. Demons, skinwalkers, Jack the Ripper. They're all travelers. Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveller thing. It's a bit showy, but well, there's no guarantees. I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead. Yes, of course, anything. I've already been doing that, but sure, I'll keep at it. Maybe it'll feel sorry for me and finally put out.
It was one, the first domino to be pushed down. She was young. They usually are. They're easier to infect young. They listen. It took time for her.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
Until the virus.
Thank you for helping with the chief. Do you believe Tower can predict things now? Thank you for helping with the chief. Do you believe Tower can predict things now?
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Oh, I suppose it has a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Thank you for helping with the chief.
I'm not a monster, Bronwyn. I believe in justice too.
Whispers in the heart of his host until there would be nothing left, and only the fall could quiet him.
What a day. Alice Munro, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
I wouldn't be so sure. Looks that way.
Should we be worried about Violet?
Maybe. She thinks she was abducted by aliens.
Then that possibly means she's already been a traveller target. What else did she say?
Something about being in a row of heads?
So they're killing us for sport. Sounds about right.
Be home every night, night after night.
Bron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do about Ellis?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
A few times we've caught up with the traveller, nothing's worked.
Talking to them?
Please don't kill that person. Okay, thanks. Oh no, look, you killed them anyway. You know that doesn't work, Bron.
End, and she was afraid as much as calm. Take my ring, she'd say. I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of it. Anyway, no. They never do.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Get out now before I call the police!
Her red hair. Hello. Bottle above her, note on the pillow beside her. Her final bedfellow. Pills don't hurt, right? Yeah, and the bottle opened in her hands. It'll be over. Burden, no more pain, no more. No.
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.